Volvo's V40 cross-country model makes a play for the growing Qashqai class crossover market, an alternative perhaps to that Audi Q3, Mercedes GLA class or BMW X1 you might have been thinking about. Though the changes over a standard V40 may be slight, you do get a premium feel, class-leading efficiency and the option of four-wheel drive at the top of the range. Qashqai-style crossovers now fill our roads, family hatchbacks with a touch of the outback about them. But is it really necessary for a brand to design a product from scratch in order to compete in this growing market niche? Volvo reckons not, bringing us this car, the V40 Cross Country. If the ordinary V40 didn't exist, you might see this as a very credible kind of compact crossover. As it is, we know that this is a V40 in a pair of hiking boots, though unlike some supposedly proper Qashqai class models, it does have the top-of-the-range option of four-wheel drive. From Volvo's perspective, there's everything here that you need in a compact Qashqai class crossover, and nothing you don't. And the everything you need bit includes class-leadingly efficient 2-litre petrol and diesel driving engines. Let's put this cross-country model to the test. Here's a hatch clearly developed by people who care about driving. 4 people, in fact, in a dynamic chassis team that includes a Swedish rally driver and a guy who races a Mazda MX-5 at weekends. They pounded around awful British roads for thousands of miles until satisfied that this car could match or beat the best in the class, even with the standard dynamic spec chassis that even the humblest V40 models have. The result is a very good compromise indeed of an absorbent ride and assured handling composure. You can always spoil it if you want to by opting for a sports chassis that offers firmer springs and dampers and lowers the ride height by just under half an inch, also lowering the centre of gravity. I'd be equally suspicious of the optional 3-mode electric power assist steering system, which you can vary between finger light and glutinously heavy, but you'll mostly end up leaving in the medium mode the engineers reckoned was best in the first place. A better feature is the corner traction control system that brakes the inner driven wheels in tight bends, transferring power to the outer wheel and allowing you to fire the car from corner to corner in a way you just wouldn't expect yourself to be able to do in a Volvo. That's another reason why you might enjoy the pokey power outputs common to both the new tech drivey engines first launched in this improved V40 lineup, the ones I mentioned earlier, this 190 brake horsepower D4 diesel and the 245 brake horsepower T5 petrol model. The T5 comes only with the silky smooth twin-clutch 8-speed Geartronic auto transmission that's an option on this D4, and it's certainly a very rapid thing. The T5 making 62 miles an hour from rest in just 6.3 seconds, en route to a maximum of 149 miles an hour. Go for a T5 V40 in cross-country trim, and you can also order your car with four-wheel drive. If you opt for this 5-door body shape in lifestyle cross-country guise, the necessary £1,000 premium will add SUV-style elements for what Volvo hopes is a crossover Qashqai class sort of feel. Go for a cross-country model though, and you won't get the option of the lower-order T2 and T3 petrol engines that give a conventional model a reasonably low starting price point. All variants are equipped with alloy wheels of at least 16 inches in size, electronic climate control that also cools the glove box, plus leather trim for the gear knob and for a steering wheel that has audio controls for an 8-speaker stereo with USB and iPod inputs, operable via the same 5-inch colour screen you can use to set up the Bluetooth connection for your phone. Pay the extra for the rugged cross-country body style I have here, and you get silver roof rails, power folding mirrors, auto wipers, glossy black window trim, and for that SUV look, a contrasting rear bumper with integrated skid plate. Volvo customers who might perhaps be a touch disappointed that the brand doesn't have a purpose-designed Qashqai class compact crossover model may well be satisfied by this V40 Cross Country. It looks the part and is classy enough to compete with the smarter German brands. It's no off-roading tool, of course, even if you do specify the four-wheel drive version, but then no car in this class really is. Of more interest to most potential owners will be the class-leadingly efficient drivey petrol and diesel engines that can be specified beneath the bonnet. They characterise this car's more pragmatic approach to crossover motoring. If that appeals to you, then you might well agree with Volvo that what we have here is a lifestyle-orientated family hatchback worth getting cross about.